Hello, my friends, and welcome to day 266 of the Ukraine-Russian war. Let's take a deep dive today at the deep state map, and it was last updated yesterday at 3:17. It says updated front line near Volodymyrka. The enemy is making minor gains near Nevelsky. Okay, so let's go to that. I believe that's in this area over here. Okay, let's see here. That would be in this area. Really got to zoom in on it to check it out. Okay, so Volodymyrka, and just a little bit of gain there. And I believe up here as well. Yeah, right up here in the Nevelsky. Okay, so it was like I got a little bit of territory there. And let's go up to the Bakhmut area. Okay. Where are we here? Bakhmut, okay. Looks like there's no changes up here. Heavy fighting still reported, but no more corrections on the map. And I believe that's, yeah. So the front lines have stabilized. It's getting really tough, guys. There's now only 9 hours of daylight. Okay, so let's go to the Russian losses. And okay, we have 331,840 and killed in action an estimated 82,710, and yesterday it was 82,080. Today 710, so they lost 630 soldiers, and we've got 24 armored vehicles, 10 tanks, and 10 artillery. And then I go to this one as well, and this one's a little deeper. 630 troops, 24 armored personnel vehicles, 9 vehicles and fuel tanks, 10 tanks, 10 artillery, 14 UAVs, and 1 anti-aircraft. And then we'll come here. Guys, so I'm still getting, there's still footage being published about Ukrainians crossing the Dnipro. So let's check this out. There's copyrighted music, so I can't play the audio. You can see they've got a little Jeep there. Looks like a beautiful day. So, I mean, you can see them crossing some kind of river or attempting to. Beautiful skyline. Guessing that's early in the morning. Okay, and so there's not been any confirmation of them going to the other side. So now we have Sweden to deliver the biggest military aid package yet to Ukraine, and this was reported on Reuters, and they will deliver new military aid worth 3 billion crowns, about $287 million to Ukraine. And it's the biggest package of defense material to date, which includes air defense systems, Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson said. And so that's always nice to see. And then We got the Czech parliament declares the current regime in Russia terrorist. And this comes from Radio Free Europe. And Chechen lawmakers have backed a resolution recognizing the current regime in Russia as terrorist in response to Moscow's unprovoked invasion of Ukraine and the recent wave of attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure. In total, 129 Czech lawmakers voted for the resolution on November 15th, while 14 voted against it. The document also condemns Russia's annexation of parts of 4 eastern Ukrainian regions, also called referendums, late last month. Okay, and then yesterday there were 73 out of over 100 cruise missiles caliber X-101 and X-55 and 10 Iranian Shahed 136 and 1 strike UAV Orion were destroyed today during the period of 2:30 to 6 p.m. Kyiv time. And you can see all the missiles and the unmanned air vehicles. And some did get through, and so let's check that out as well. Oh man. Okay, here we have the deputy head of the Office of President of Ukraine, Krylo Timoshenko, has just published a video of a residential building in Kyiv that was hit by a Russian cruise missile. So I did want to show this to you guys. This is heartbreaking. You can see it smashed in there, and oh my goodness. I hope everybody made it out alive. Supposedly only one person died in that terrorist attack. That's all I can really call it. Here's a video, guys. This is an interesting video of a Caliber cruise missile that was blasted down out of the sky by a Ukrainian air missile. Let's check this one out. Boom! Whoa! That's copyrighted music. So that was a really nice, let's see that one again. You can see it flying right here, and bam! That's interesting, guys, because there were 2 rockets that hit into Poland. And here's a video from the Polish village President and the damage that it caused. It hit a tractor. You can see the big where it hit, and 2 people were killed, and yet nobody knows who was the cause of this. Okay, and here this is from UK Inform. The President of Poland says incident with missile likely to be unfortunate accident. There are no indications that a rocket that hit the Polish territory on November 15th was an intentional attack on the NATO member by Russia. The relevant statement was made by President of Poland President Duda in a commentary to reporters in Warsaw. Most likely this was an unfortunate accident, is what Duda said. And this could have really escalated things to really World War III. They're claiming it was just an accident. And so I did want to show this. Here's what CNN is reporting, one of them. A deadly explosion in Poland is raising fears of an escalation in the war. And this was really interesting here. That wasn't that one. It's this one here. NATO tracked missile that landed in Poland, military official says. And A NATO aircraft flying above Polish airspace on Tuesday tracked a missile that landed in the country, an alliance military official told CNN. Intel with radar tracks of the missile was provided to NATO and Poland, the NATO military official said. And NATO aircraft have been conducting regular surveillance around Ukraine since Russian invasion began. The aircraft flying above Poland on Tuesday was monitoring the events in Ukraine. The NATO official did not say who launched the missile that was tracked landing in Poland, nor where it was fired from. So this is interesting here, guys. You know, most media, they don't like to lie. They'll just leave out the information. And like if they tracked this missile that landed in Poland, well, then they know exactly where it was fired from. And the fact that they're not disclosing it, that to me, I think it was the Ukrainian defense missile. Like, and Biden here, he says himself, Biden says it's unlikely a missile that fell into Poland was fired from Russia. They know exactly it's, unlikely. And here, NATO, they're not saying who launched it because most likely it was the defense from Ukraine and they don't want to put any blame on Ukraine. Let's see, there's preliminary information that contests that. I don't want to say until we completely investigate it, Biden responded. He added it's unlikely in the minds of the trajectory that it was fired from Russia, but we'll see. So it's interesting here. It seems like they don't want to get involved in that at all. Okay, so there's not going to be any Article 4 or Article 5 of NATO. Interesting there, guys. Like, this could have really escalated. Alright, and so, this kills me, guys, but I'm going to report this anyway. Police registered 414 cases of war crimes in the Kherson region. This is just in the Kherson region, guys. Okay, about 414 cases of war crimes have been registered by Ukrainian police in the liberated parts of the Kherson Oblast. The head of Ukraine's national police, Ihor Klimenko, said on national television on yesterday. Okay, he said up to 500 policemen are working in the city now and another 300 in liberated parts of the region of the Western Bank. And then we've got an official statement here too. Translated this into English. The SBU discovered another torture chamber of Russia's in liberated Kherson. So I'm sure there's going to be many more war crimes, guys. During the stabilization measure in deoccupied Kherson, the SBU and national police officers discovered another torture chamber of the Russian occupiers. The Russians kept local patriots who refused to cooperate with the enemy there in inhumane conditions. Kherson residents were interrogated and brutally tortured. During this inspection, torture law enforcement officers found objects that directly indicate signs of torture. Currently, a complex of investigative and operational measures is being carried out to document all the crimes of the occupiers, identify the culprits, and bring them to justice. I hope so. Alright, guys, that was tough. And here we have, before the Russian Federation destroyed the energy facility that supplied the entire right bank of the Kherson region and a large part of the Mykolaiv region. The Russians blew up 2 auto transformers, each weighing 250 tons. The head of Urenejko Kudrowski, and you can see the generator right here, weighing 250 tons. That's going to take a while to repair. And so let's come here. We have, I thought this interview was awesome, guys. We have no heating, no electricity, no water, no mobile or internet connection, but no Russians. And this guy...
I am extremely happy that we are finally liberated, that we are free. Because now we have no electricity in the city, no water, no central supply heating, no mobile connection, no internet connection. But we have no Russians. And I'm extremely happy of that. We can survive anything, but we are free.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Like, that's beautiful to hear. Especially, with them setting up torture chambers and all these war crimes. So that I did want to get to this too, guys. Check this out. Putin allows dual citizens to be drafted. Okay. President Vladimir Putin issued a decree Monday allowing Russians who hold another citizenship to be conscripted into the army. The draft is now extended to dual citizens, Russians with permanent residency status abroad, and stateless people, according to Putin's amendments to the military service regulations. Dual nationals have been exempt from conscription until now. And one of the more famous ones, if you guys know, is Edward Snowden. Okay? Edward Joseph Snowden, born June 21 of 1983, is an American and naturalized Russian former computer intelligence consultant who leaked highly classified information. So Edward Snowden went to exile in Russia, and he thought he was going to be, free over there. And now it turns out he might be drafted into the war. Amazing turn of events. And there's another famous American Russian now, Steven Seagal. And he's real friends with Putin. You can see him smirking over here in the picture with Putin. And I'm wondering, if he will be drafted. And guys, that's all I've got. That's all for today, guys. Guys, I'm a brand new channel, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys would give me a like and subscribe to the channel. I try to bring these updates every day. It's getting really tough, guys. I'm having to see a bunch of videos, and a lot of the videos aren't very good. Like, I'm really loathing to see these, where the Russians are killing Ukrainians. I'm not going to show that kind of stuff on my reporting, but having to check out all the news and stuff, it's really tough, guys. And so having said that, thank you for spending your time with me. Subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and have a beautiful day. Thank you. Peace out.